Polluted Thoughts Podcast, real talk with real people. I'm your host, Colin Garrett. Yeah, so he's definitely a veteran. John's definitely good. It's not the best looking per se, like a lot of crystals and shit, but like you're trimming it yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So and it's airy too. He's
know?
probably doing it natural, so it's probably like
airy
nugs because what makes the nugs tight is when they put the chemicals and the CO2.
No. Very airy, very stemmy.
Yeah.
But you just you deal with it.
I
mean, I had fucking
though. That's all that matters.
Right.
That's the only thing that matters.
I was expecting to because I just ran out. He harvested maybe end of October-ish, beginning of November, and he quit weed. He was like, "I'm done smoking."
Oh, that's a big step.
Yeah, he was like, it was fucking up his stomach and stuff.
Okay.
Like he was just he been smoking a lot of weed since 15. You know what I mean? And like he smoked a lot of blunts too. So. And he already had stomach problems, so I think it was a mixture of like him having stomach problems and smoking a decent amount.
And that shit don't help.
It's probably like about time, like okay, time to give it a break.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that right there.
And what?
That Zeke thing.
Oh yeah,
Zeke
Hayes. I always keep it on there. You know, I only met him one time, and like it's just he's probably the only person like our age that I've ever known that has passed away, and it was just something that always stuck with me. That was like. Moments that I didn't get to have. Like we were supposed to come on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He texted me about it. We were talking about it, and then like he couldn't really get it going at like his schedule. And then there's like one of those things that always dawn on me where it's like just get it done. You know what I mean? Just do it before the time.
So that's like
gone,
like a reminder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what that is.
That's
just like just do it before it's too late. You know. Because the fucking me, him, and Keith went to Asian Imperial and did a review.
Oh yeah.
I laughed my fucking balls off, bro. I had never laughed so hard like meeting someone for the first time. He's the funniest dude ever.
Yeah, he is one of the funniest kids ever.
And he had this wild story about him like breaking into someone's house on accident because he thought that was where the party was. And he had like, the wrong address, bro. And he kind of like part of the story was told before we went into Asian Imperial, so there was like a little clip of it in the Kitza thing. But I was like, yo. You gotta tell that whole story, bro. Like it was so good.
And it was not. I remember vividly when that happened because
he's not lying.
Me and him were close. Me and him were very close. He's one of the first people that ever got me in a studio, like a real studio ever in my life. Like I used to record places, but like in closets and like stupid shit, like basements. And then Zeke introduced me to the world of like, yo, you can go to a professional and get this done professionally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't doing that before, so he played a big part in my like music endeavor.
He was. I mean, truthfully, all you guys have been pretty big and like relevant for a while now. Like you guys are. How old are you guys?
I'm older. I'm the oldest.
Oldest?
Yeah, probably. I'm 30.
30. Okay, so because you guys are like 6-7 years older than I am.
Yeah.
So then, like, you guys have just been around and, like, on the map for a minute. Zeke Hayes included, Keith included, you know what I mean? Like, you guys have just been doing it forever, it seems like. You know, you guys have just been always active.
Yeah. We're going to get more active, too.
Yeah. So I see you took a little break.
Yeah, I had 2 kids.
Oh, shit.
That's what it was.
Congratulations,
Thank you. Yeah, so I got a 2-year-old and a 10-month-old.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's that like, trying to balance that with all this?
Trying to balance that with anything is hard. Because I pride myself on being like a great father.
Absolutely.
I wanna
father first.
Yeah, father first. You know what I mean? At the very end of the day. So now just getting right back into it. But it was hard as hell.
Is it a struggle to get back into it after taking that much time off? I mean, obviously with
because you gotta find that love again. Right? That's what I think. You got to find, like, what made you feel like you wanted to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
And when you have kids, a lot of shit goes to the wayside, and you stop doing a lot of things you used to do.
Yeah.
So it's like the hardest part is, like, just trying to navigate both those worlds while being the one thing you want to be, and that's the great father part.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's the hardest part, but being with, like, Stash and, like, Spaz and Hove and, you know, like, just seeing the boys work, that's what keeps me motivated the most. I'd say that's what keeps me motivated the most. Because if it was just me, and then I'll do like certain things, like I'll do small shows here and there, like just to keep my feet wet. And the response, I'll have people be like, "Oh, well, yo, you gotta."
You did one recently, right? You did a show.
I did on 17th. I did May. I did it for Little. His father had passed away.
Oh, okay.
So he did like a little show for his father. So I just showed up.
That's dope.
and perform.
Hell yeah! I saw. Were you recording a video like that
Yeah.
same day too? I
Yeah.
saw you posted on Instagram.
Yeah. So we did. I did a freestyle remix to a song that had already came out by V's, and the beat just resonated with me.
What song?
Tony Hawk.
Okay, I don't know.
It's off his album, the last album that he put out. But the beat stuck in my head, and like I said, it's hard to get back into it once you're out of it.
Yeah.
So when I found the beat, it's like, all right, I have to, because this will open up the door for everything else.
I feel like sometimes with a remix instrumental, it's a little bit easier to get back into it too, because it's like you can kind of like tag off what his flow was, or like you can kind of like draw inspiration in general.
It's definitely the most important thing for me was to draw inspiration at all, because when I write my own music, you can ask him, I'll call him 5 times and be like, yo, I wrote this part, does it sound good? Yo, I wrote this part, does it sound good? And especially being away for so long, you start second guessing, like if you still got it, but then you do it and then you get the response you want and say, all right, I can still do this.
That's dope.
I can still do this.
What because the last song you guys dropped was it before?
Yes.
The name of it was
just us two. Yeah.
That was what, September?
Beginning of October.
Beginning of October. Okay.
Beginning of October. Yep.
Word. And then you're talking about Spaz and Hove. Are they like newer additions to Stash lifestyle, or excuse me, Dinero lifestyle?
Well, no, Hove's always that's our cousin, so he's always been a part of the, you know what I mean, a part of the group. The Spaz, he's just younger.
Okay.
So he kind of just like, I don't want to say like, he kind of just fell right into it. You know what I mean? Like he was making music, hung out with Hove's little brother. Okay. So Easy. And Easy makes music too, so he'll be coming soon with more music. But yeah, it kind of just fell into place. It's never really nothing that we asked for. I feel like everybody that we have that's in the music group, they just like, it was natural. Nobody asked. Nobody.
Never forced.
It was never forced. It was just like, this is what we're doing, and everybody, you know what I mean. And it gets to the point now where like I can just pinpoint certain things, like with Spaz and we Easy, and I was like, yo, we just got to do this all together, because at the end of the day, we'll always help each other. So that's why even with our platform on YouTube, I'll try to do all of our videos on one page.
That's what I liked about it.
You know what I mean?
All Dinero lifestyle, all in one spot.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Just one place to find us. It doesn't make it hard.
Yeah.
Because then, you know, when everybody has their own thing and every own YouTube, you know, that one might not go as far as this one or this. But if we're all on the same thing, then if they come looking for one of us, they're gonna see all of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was looking through it this morning and I was like, oh shit, this is fucking everybody.
Yeah.
And then I got me hip to Spaz because I didn't really know who Spaz was.
Yeah.
And that's why I was thinking he was new kind of.
No, he just dropped his a new video, new song, like a couple weeks ago. But Spaz was gone for a little bit. He did a little bit of time, so he just came home like what? A few months ago?
Yeah, he came like 2 months ago. He came home.
Damn.
Yeah. So
we had already been.
The rhyme's crazy after that?
Yeah.
But we had already been recording. I had him in the studio recording every day before that. So he was already on path to come out and make music and drop and stuff like that. So
you guys had him already.
I already had him.
Yeah, that's why it was just so natural. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he was already in the studio with him all the time. Yeah. He was recording him because Stash usually does the recording. If we don't go to a studio, Stash does the recording.
I pretty much record like 90% of my music.
Oh, word. Okay.
All myself. I don't like. It's rare that I'll go to a studio unless I want to get something specific done.
Word.
To
okay.
go
Yeah.
and pay somebody. Yeah. Because I know how to do everything myself, so it's like I don't really need to do all that. You know?
Yeah. You got like a just dope setup at your crib. With
I got everything you would see in like a major studio.
Word.
Like, I got the Apollo. I got everything. I just.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. We learned like I want to say like probably 5 years ago, Future dropped this documentary, and seeing him record, he was recording his album in a fucking hotel room. All he had was Apollo, a MacBook, the eyeball that goes over the mic, so it blocks out sounds, and he was just putting a comforter over his head.
Damn.
And this is Future.
As big as it gets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was like number one in the streets, by the way.
Yeah.
Like if street billboards was a thing, he would be number one.
Yeah. I always catch flack for this. If you ask me, I don't think Drake holds a number to him.
Yeah, I mean
that's just my personal opinion.
Those are two different styles, though. Which way you're leaning?
Yeah, but they say like, oh, you can rap, sing. I'm just saying like all across the board. I think Future does it mostly better. But I understand
you think he sings better than Drake.
I think the pop stuff that Drake does better. I don't like a lot of Drake's pop stuff. It's a lot of cheesy stuff.
I agree with that statement because Future can melodize, but he can also rap, and he can also spit bars, but he can also make a vibe.
Yeah,
he's not very he's not stuck on one lane.
Yeah,
he can give you anything.
I guess when I think singing, I think like pop.
Yeah.
I think like
that's why I said I understand what you mean, because my boy's a big.
Versus
Exactly.
Drake is more like one lane. He sticks to his shit.
His hits are usually like that.
You can kind of predict the Drake song. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But also, I'm not gonna sit here and say like Drake can fucking rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to they're the top of the top for a reason. You know what I mean? It's just when I get to nitpicking, I'll always, my personal opinion, pick Future over Drake. While I understand, definitely a lot of people will pick Drake over Future because a lot of that stuff more it resonates with them more than it resonates with me.
Understandable too. Like I fuck with Future more than I fuck with Drake, but that's just because of the sounds that I like versus the sounds, and also just the Kendrick shit that happened. That kind of put me off.
Really?
Yeah. I truthfully listened to maybe a handful of Drake songs since that whole shit happened.
I feel like that didn't really affect how I feel about either one of the artists.
Really?
Yeah, right.
Nah, listen, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna say I don't like Kendrick. I never have.
Oh, okay.
But I can't sit here and say that he's a bad artist or he's not good. I can't get down with that shit, man. I can't. There's something about the way the beats and the flows. I come from the East Coast, bro.
Reasonable.
So that West Coast
sound
doesn't really resonate with me.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's fire. And if you could do it, you could do it. Like I give your big ups, but for me personally in my car, I'm not putting that on. You know what I'm saying?
He was the first rapper I found by myself. I was probably 12, maybe 11, 12. And like everything I'd seen from rap was like from my dad or from my mom or something like that, or just like homeboys. Mm-hmm. And then I found Good Kid, Mad City right as it came out, maybe like 2 months after it came out, on my own, and I was like, oh shit, what is this? And then ever since then, Kenny's just kind of.
When I was in high school, this kid I used to hang out with, his name was Jeff, and Jeff used to always be like, yo, Kendrick Lamar is gonna be exactly what he is now. Is what this kid used to tell me he used to be. And I used to listen to a lot of Joey Badass back then. And I used to be like, bro, Joey will wash him. Yeah. And you see what's going on now. 1999 is one of my favorite albums ever. You know what I mean? So you see what's going on now, even with Joey battling or having songs back and forth with Kendrick's artists. You know what I mean? Like,
so he's also an incredibly underrated artist.
Oh, absolutely.
He's one of the best lyricists on the planet.
I agree. Yeah, because I think he just fell behind on the wayside because Kendrick. That's really all it is.
Yeah, I mean, and then Nipsey, like Schoolboy, and J Rock too. It was just kind of
all nice.
Almost like TDE didn't have like the right marketing, and Kendrick could kind of just market himself almost. But like all those guys are some of the hardest rappers I've ever fucking heard.
I agree.
J Rock, are you kidding me? Every feature J Rock's ever had is a street classic.
And then even when they did the Black Panther album, J Rock got a song on that. It's super hard.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I don't know if like the rest of them just like stuck to the non-mainstream sound that they're with, and that's why they just never blew up. Or if they just
but they stuck true to themselves. I think that's what it is. You know what I mean? So they for their core. Yeah. But how he feels about Kendrick is how I feel about Eminem.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't even know that shit. So
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I didn't never
and mind you, and I'm gonna tell you this, the same way you said my first album that I owned was an Eminem album.
Really?
Yes.
And you don't fuck with them like that.
Now.
From off the now.
Now.
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's understandable.
Classic, like the original stuff. Like I'm gonna
pre like 2015.
You know what I mean? Like,
so you don't like cleaning up my closet, bro?
No, I do. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I like the classic. I don't like any of the new stuff he's dropped now. No, even though like the Abracadabra joint. Like he got.
I mean, he still got bars. For days, bro.
It's like kind of catchy. It's on the radio and shit sometimes. I think it's on Madden too, so it gets a little catchy. But I just be like, in 2025, I don't know anybody that wants to listen to
any
Eminem.
white dude trying to rap saying that he didn't like idolize Eminem growing up. They're just fucking lying to your face.
Listen, I was a kid. I'll be honest.
I feel like you've said that before.
But I'll be honest with you. But back then I could rap bar for bar Eminem, bar anything.
On, you know?
Yeah,
just like listening.
I'm not mad at it.
In the car with my mom and my pops.
That's how I feel
listening to the Eminem show.
No, I feel like 50's one of the best rappers.
50's got to be up. That's funny. I had a question on here. 50, who do you guys think top 3 rappers? We kind of going through it right now.
Top 3 now or all time?
Just I don't know, your personal favorite. It doesn't even have to be like who you think's the
Oh
best.
yeah, no. My personal favorite, I'll go Jay-Z, Young Dolph.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love
Jay-
Young Dolph. I just wouldn't have expected that.
Oh yeah, Jay-Z, Young Dolph. Let's see.
Yeah, those sweaters and all that.
I went to Dolph's like one of his last shows before he died. When he played here in Boston in like March. It was like 2 weeks before he died.
Oh shit! I did Middle East meet and greet with Young Dolph.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah, this is like right after Preach.
You know, seems like a cool ass dude.
Yeah. So I have a
video.
video with him, like because the
Damn.
meet and greet. So you could do I do like a Snapchat video. I have the CD that came out, The King of Memphis, signed by Young Dolph.
Damn.
So
Is that the one where he's standing in front of the sedan?
no, it's the one. I think it's his son, a baby picture of his son with a crown on.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So damn, let me see. Third, I'm gonna forget somebody because I always do this. This is what I do when you throw a list in front of me and I'm gonna forget somebody.
Who you got?
It's hard for me, bro, because can I divide them into like new school and old school? Okay,
you can do whatever
So
the
for,
fuck
like,
you want.
Yeah, it's your list.
for the three
You can say
that I
whatever you
think
want.
like that are like the new dudes coming up, I think Honcho is one of the better ones. You know who Honcho is?
I know because you sent it to me.
Yeah.
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 He don't listen to Honcho, but whatever.
I don't listen to
Honcho-
much anymore.
Honcho, damn, this is hard. I can't just pick specific people. Damn, I don't know, man.
It gets tough when you get to listing
Yeah.
people.
When you
it's
get
like
to
don't wanna
listing
leave
people, it's
out.
like, damn, who? So Honcho, I put him up there, and then I gotta say, Future's up there for sure.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's my three.
Future,
Future, Young Dolph,
Future,
Jay-Z.
Yeah. So Future, Honcho, and then, damn, brother, it's so hard because there's so many good rappers.
There are so many films.
Yeah, there's so many good rappers. Benny the Butcher.
Oh, I like that.
Benny
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Yeah, Benny the Butcher. Benny's hard. I don't care
Yeah,
what
I saw
nobody
him
says.
not too long ago.
I just feel like the younger generation don't really like it because they're not.
That's
into
like
that
my
type of-
my idol. That's who I try to make music.
Yeah?
Like,
Bro,
yeah.
Benny
Benny
is
the Butcher's,
hard.
Yeah, I agree.
He's like top 10 for me, probably.
That's for like the new people coming out, but for like old rappers,
It's funny though because he's old too.
Yeah,
He's
he's,
like
new, but
45.
he's you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
But no, I agree because I think Benny's my favorite in Griselda, right?
Really, yeah.
Benny's my favorite, but I personally don't think that anybody raps better than Conway.
No, Conway is the best lyricist.
Yeah,
bro. He
lyricist
says
by far.
crazy
Yeah.
fucking shit, dog.
So I even then I still I think of the people that we've listened to in our lifetimes, well my lifetime, he can be up there in that top 10 as well.
I was listening to a song on my way home from Conway. He said some crazy. He's like, leave his living room full filled with blicky shells. Broke, they gotta kill his baby mama too. That bitch will tell. Like, what the fuck?
that's
No, they be on it. And then even now, like I went on tour with Fuego Base.
No, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You went on tour with Fuego Base?
Yeah, like 23.
Dude, Fuego Base is one of my favorite rappers. Like,
For
ever,
real?
bro.
Yeah,
OT the Real and Fuego Base's collab
Really?
album that came out last summer, like top 3 album of all time.
For
me.
real?
I
That's-
swear to God.
nah, that's
on
fire.
my
we
mom's,
met
bro.
him and all. We was around him all.
Dude, that's insane,
Every show and all
bro.
that.
Fucking
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
so then I got something. I'll show you something we're after. You know what I mean? Yeah. But
bro.
Fuego Base.
He's one of the most underrated rappers like out there right
What?
now, bro. I
Yeah.
swear on everything. The collab album has like some of the songs have like 40,000, 60,000 views, and they're some of the hardest shits I've ever.
He had a
heard in my
line where
life.
he goes, "I've been serving all my brothers' mothers since the '80s. They've been hitting off the glass like Tim Duncan jumper." Like, I was like, yeah.
He just said some shit in this one because you guys obviously know OT. He's from
Yeah, yeah,
Fitchburg, bro.
yeah.
He
The OT knows like my dad and my uncles and shit.
word, yeah, because he used to be in these streets. Bro.
Yeah.
And he said some shit. He was like, Fed said the dog came in white like Brian Griffin.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah.
as fuck.
So they even have a song
How do you
together.
come up with this
I
shit,
don't
bro?
know,
Like,
bro.
that's how I be
His
thinking
bars
about it.
are, like,
Niggas
top
be having
tier,
crazy
bro.
bars.
OT's severely underrated.
Oh, one of my
Severely
favorite,
underrated.
So I went to the Millie show that was a couple weeks ago, the MGM.
The Friends
Fatboy.
one. Yeah.
Don't no offense to Millie's, I'm not a big fan of him. I
Yeah.
went because Benny the Butcher, Skrilla, and
You like Skrilla too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did Skrilla too.
Skrilla's
it was
hard.
fuck. There was this dude. So like the first 3 dudes who came out, and they were all local dudes he was putting on. I don't really remember any of them. None of them were really like too memorable.
Yeah.
But then this one dude came out. He's from New York. He was like, I remember my pockets had Jason Tatum in it. And we was like spitting a cappella, and we were all like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
Yo,
and people love that
first
shit.
bar.
Literally walked out on stage and was like, they announced him and shit. And he's like, "Hey," he's like, it was a bar before that. It was a
I was
bar,
about to say,
he was like, I remember when my pockets had Jason Tatum in it.
I would have been like, "Oh my god,
crazy.
First bar! That is the craziest way to come up."
And then they brought out OT, like a special guest. And he was like, I've never really heard him because he doesn't really say Fitchburg. If he mentions Fitchburg, he's talking like Myrtle, or he's talking like what's the other one?
He says a street.
Yeah. So like he's usually repping streets. He doesn't usually straight out say Fitchburg. He got on stage. He's like, Fitchburg, fucking Massachusetts. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I would have been
big deal.
so surprised.
Wait, I'm screaming. My story was just me saying, "You shitting me?
Yeah.
You shitting me?" And then Skrilla came out, and then Benny the Butcher. Well, they had Bia too, or whatever.
Yeah, Bia is nice. The thing is,
Yeah,
Bia fell into this lane. I'm gonna put you on to something. Bia fell into this lane where everything now is hits and marketable hits, right?
Yeah.
But when I got put onto Bia, her name on Twitter was the Perico Princess. So basically like the cocaine princess, right? And that was like early mid-teens of the 2010s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
she's from what, Medford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or New Bedford, so like around that area, right?
Medford or Malden or some shit.
So
so she's not from.
She was a
she's
bars.
Right outside.
She was a bars rapper. Like she's a rapper, like who rap super hard, like Nicki Minaj, like bars.
Damn,
like,
I didn't know
you know what I mean? And then she made a hit and she fell into that lane, which I don't blame her. You get to go where the money's at. Yeah, you go where the money's at. I don't blame her, but I know that if she like sit there and spit, like she could do a song with these guys we're talking about because she raps like that.
Yeah,
she raps like that.
But
and Skrilla's probably if. End of the year, my wrap up.
Yeah,
probably gonna be number one.
He's gonna be number one for me too. It's not even gonna be fucking close. Actually, Ian might be up there too. I really fuck with Ian. You guys know him? No, he's a little white dude from like South Carolina or some shit.
No, I never heard him.
No, I'll put you on.
You gotta send us some shit.
He's hard as fuck, bro.
For real?
Yeah. He's got songs with everybody too. It's like he's like a southern white kid, so all the southern rappers fuck with him. So he's got shit with like King Von. He's not Jesus Christ. No, Von off 1700, whatever his name is. Yeah. He's got shit with him. He's got shit with Chief Keef. He's got shit with big names. Yeah.
Then Chief Keef is.
Yachty.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how you feel about Chief Keef, but Chief Keef is like.
I mean, back in the day, Chief Keef was.
I still listen to him.
Legend.
If he drops today, I still listen to him. Like
Chirac is still one of my favorite songs.
Oh
like,
my
god.
God.
He's literally the reason why drill is a thing. Like he's the reason why you can make a drill song, brother. Like,
I don't love like what he does now, really.
Yeah. He just don't really care as much because he learned early and fast that people ain't always on your side. You know what I mean? So I remember reading something where it was like he went through something back in Chicago that made him leave there, and at that point he was already fucking probably 50 million up off music. So what does he care about music at that point? You know what I mean?
Finna go blow New Jersey up.
Yeah. And look, that song still it's 2025, and that shit came out probably 12, 13 years ago, and it still gets ring like it was made yesterday.
But Skrilla is definitely gonna be top.
Oh my goodness!
At least top 2 for me on my thing.
Yeah, I would say he's number 1 for me because I don't think I'm gonna listen to anything else as much as I've listened to his album.
He was mad cool too. Like when he came out, he was honestly fucking with us because we were pretty close, and like me and my boy like know like a couple of his songs word for word. So like we're sitting there like fucking like handguns in the air, like going crazy, and he's like coming down. He went down in the crowd and shit. Shot a music video in the crowd. Yeah, it was wild.
No, that's fine.
Came out in this fucking like ghoul mask.
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
Yeah, but that's his whole spiel though. Like he does like the crazy fits.
Yeah, he's on some weird like religious shit from like Eastern Africa. Like,
he's a what the hell is it called?
I forget.
You know, like
Santeria.
Oh
hell no.
Yeah.
I'll play with that.
Nah, you be talking about cutting the heads of chickens.
Goat, sacrifice the goat.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
He talks about like Babala and like Osun and
Ogun,
all these like gods and shit like that.
But you know what's crazy? When you hear something and then you start hearing it somewhere else, like I heard Skrilla, now that I listen to Skrilla, so I hear all that.
Yeah.
And then I heard a 21 Savage song. An older 21 Savage song, and he mentions Ogun.
Really?
He mentions Ogun.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, he's talking about.
It's like because he has like words from Ogun and words from Osun.
Yeah. So that's all Santeria. So which is like, if you ask a Puerto Rican, that's damn near like witchcraft.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
that shit voodoo.
facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn
that
near.
shit, we don't play with that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Yeah, dude. He has like the same stage presence as you think you would have. He pulls up and the place gets fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's just
I,
screaming.
yeah, well, see, here's the other thing too. I may have already talked about it on the podcast. When I went to the Millie show, like you get kind of like a mixed crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get some like kind of shitty people, and like if you don't want to be in GA, then don't pull up to GA.
Yeah.
And like so, like Skrilla started coming out. I had a couple drinks in me. I wasn't like faded. I
Yeah.
was buzzing. I got all excited. Skrilla, people were like, "Yo, fucking chill the fuck out. Why you bumping into me?" I was like,
What?
"Fucking GA and Skrilla just came on. What the
Yeah.
fuck you talking about? Why am I bumping into you? Fucking cut the head off 4 chickens." Like,
yeah. They don't get it.
yeah.
They don't get it. You know what it is? Because they probably
They're there for millies.
they're there for
Yeah,
Millie's,
yeah.
and Millie's style isn't necessarily
No.
the Skrilla crowd.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's what Millie did that show for, to get a mix of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And honestly, I wanted to go, but I could not. I just couldn't stand in the GA, and I hate fucking balconies and shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll just sit this one
See,
out.
I won't do a balcony because there's like, what's the point? Of, like, if
No,
you're
you're
going
right.
to show, you might as well be
Be in it,
GA,
yeah.
You know, but then I also don't want to deal with the people who are going to get mad when you're getting all excited in
Yeah.
GA. It's like, why the fuck are you? What are you coming here for? Then?
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
I get it, you're coming for Millie's, but don't show up till Millie's place.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay in the
You know
back.
he's gonna be last, so you
Yeah,
might as
yeah.
well motherfucking get out the
Yeah.
way.
Or come late.
And I don't know if I have like mixed feelings about Millie's. I just don't fuck with his music all that much.
I don't think that's so. Like, I got hip to him before COVID, and we were listening to it. And I feel like since then he can always be barred out,
Yeah.
right? And he can rap his ass off. I think now he's just a little.
melodic.
Yeah.
He's a little more. He's a little bit more
Yeah.
melodic now, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, people like
Yeah.
it.
It's just not my
I don't listen to him as much as I used to because I was used to just the rapping.
yeah.
But you know, I like some of the songs on the
I
album.
respect what he does for like the city,
Yeah.
the state. Like he definitely puts on.
Yeah.
I
He
will
does.
say nobody puts on more than DJ Lucas though. So I don't. Think,
Oh, I like
I don't think.
You know, it's crazy.
Millie's puts on like
We did a
DJ
show with
Lucas
DJ
does.
Lucas, one of our first shows
Yeah?
ever. So Izzy opened up for Lil Tracy.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
Izzy opened up for Lil Tracy, and Lucas was there. I got a picture with DJ Lucas from like 2016,
He's
2017.
mad cool. He's like
Yeah.
the coolest dude I know.
No, bro, his bars are impeccable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't, and they're so unorthodox. But that's what makes them so fire.
Unorthodox. I said it on my podcast a couple times ago with AV8.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was talking to him, my boy Chad was like, "Yo, I swear to God, like every bar he ever spit, it could have been my own because that's how relatable it is to
Mhm.
Massachusetts."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just like everything he says could have been something that any one of us could have thought of.
Yeah.
Because it's like in our area, we just don't have
Yeah.
the skill
And
set.
I don't even know. DJ was one of the first people on No Jumper.
Yeah, I was gonna say that he went on No Jumper in 2017
Yeah.
or something like that.
He did the No Jumper
20
tour. When
yeah.
I met him, we were having a conversation about all this. I met Big Head on the beat.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, we Lil Tracy.
Yeah.
So Lil Tracy had a cousin at the time, Lil Raven. Izzy has a song with Lil Raven that we've never dropped.
Damn.
Yeah. Bunch of shit.
He still got a
We've
phone?
been in it for I haven't heard of Lil Raven, but Lil Tracy definitely has a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lil
I mean,
Tracy-
he'll always have
Yo,
Yeah.
Lil Tracy.
Lil Tracy got some songs that are kind of hard. I can't.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
a few joints. I'm not gonna lie.
And he has a couple features on like some pretty.
Well,
well-known
he's got a dope song that I personally like with Riff Raff. And I like a lot of people. I know people do not like Riff Raff. He gives me shit for it all the time. But
Nah, but
I like Riff Raff.
he made me like him, and I think it's because I find Riff Raff funny.
I think he's funny too.
So that's what makes me enjoy the music because I find him funny. I don't really
He's
like
got
it for
wild
rap.
bars.
That's the
wild
Peach
shit.
Panther.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
He be having
Fuck,
me
well,
cry.
he has good. He has
He
good
got a song.
nicknames.
He's like lay by
The best.
stars
Yeah.
and sleep by
Yep, the Vanilla Gorilla.
he was freestyling
That
like
shit
on
is so
some
funny.
radio station not too long ago, and he was like saying random shit. He's like, "I got a mansion down in Louisville," like just out of nowhere.
Random
Like,
shit.
just like nothing rhymed with it.
Oh man, he did a freestyle back in the day on Sway's Universe.
that one was wild.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, and he was all over the place. But you could tell he's genuinely freestyling.
Yeah.
He's genuinely freestyling. A lot of people will say they're
He's fucking with
freestyling.
it too. Like he's not
Yeah.
fucking with you. He's
He's
fucking
all
with
over
it.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
liking what he's hearing.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I think that Riff Raff did that a lot. And he genuinely freestyle. People will go up there and they'll spit a written and call it a freestyle.
Mm.
Generally, that's what happens 75% of the time.
Yeah,
Nobody freestyles anymore.
No facts. It's always like, okay, we're gonna know. just in case I got a freestyle, I'm gonna write
Yeah,
this. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you
Like
pull
everybody,
something out your back
yeah,
pocket that you
yeah.
have recorded
that you know
that
that's
just never
like
dropped.
that's
Yeah.
universal for
Yeah.
every beat. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then if
'Cause I
people
love
like
that
it, you could drop that song.
I had a second of that where I almost pulled, like, it was at the Millie show. They're like, anybody up here think they can freestyle? And they start like looking into the crowd, pointing. I was like, I might just get up there and spit some shit I've written. Nobody fucking
Fire.
knows.
Nobody would know.
facts.
Yeah.
So
And then
they
the kid
pick
that got
somebody
up
from-
there was like, eh. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
they
Just
picked
like,
they're picking
he just,
somebody?
yeah, they brought some like this fucking kid up. He was probably like
I would have
19,
been
20, and he was all right. Like he was just saying the same. He was rhyming like shit with something else, and then you'd go back and say like the same thing like over him, and like the crowd was just going crazy because it takes balls to get up there. It was crazy. He got up there and did.
And he probably really freestyled.
Yeah. And also like when you're in the moment too, like, and you get called up and like you're freestyling for all these people, you're probably like,
especially if you've never done it before.
Right off the brain, you know,
Listen,
it's scatterbrain.
Getting in front of people is the most nerve-wracking
Yeah,
shit
dude.
ever. And anybody who tells you that it's not is a liar. I don't give a fuck what you say.
I mean, you guys have like opened for like actual people and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, getting in front of like actual crowds.
Yeah, but that shit is nerve-wracking.
I think the scariest one for me was when we went to Brooklyn on the Fuego Base tour.
Yeah.
And it was like this private place, you know, fucking everybody's smoking, so it's smoked out completely. Yeah. And I'm telling Stash like, yo, and I didn't smoke before I went, so I'm telling Stash like, we smoked a little bit, and it got so smoky in there, like, you know, when your throat begins to get dry because just so much smoke. So on top of the people, on top of the situation, my fucking throat was dry, so I was like, fuck, this is not gonna be how I imagined or pictured it, but we had fun.
Yeah, and remind me, this club that we were at was in the middle of the trenches. Like, we don't,
Brooklyn's
bro,
the trenches.
in
Brooklyn
the
and Bronx
middle
is the
of
trenches.
Bro, this club didn't even look like a club. Like, it was a crazy
some back
shit.
alley type
some
door.
back alley shit, mad sketchy. We like, yo, we gotta be on 10s over here. You don't know what's gonna happen. But it ended up being actually fine.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about this? We seen Jim Jones walk through the door, and now, I swear to God, Jim Jones walked right past me, and I looked at Josh, and Josh looked at me and just smiled at me, and I was just like, yo, there's no fucking way Jim Jones is in the same
because
room
I knew there was
right
a possibility he'd be there, but I didn't say it to him because, like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want him to not come.
You don't tell the kids we're going to Disney.
Yeah, I didn't want him to not come, and then I look like a fucking idiot, you know what I mean? But, so when we did the tour, it was, Fuego Base was the top artist on the key. And then it went King Streets, and King Streets is signed.
That's who it was. I think that's who the dude was who said the Jason Tatum line.
Yep.
On God.
Okay.
I swear to God. Yeah, because we thought his name was Queen Streets.
Yeah, no,
and
it's
we were
King.
like, oh, he's from fucking Queens. But then we found him afterward, and I followed him on Instagram. That was the fucking dude who said the Jason Tatum.
So he signed to Jim Jones.
Oh, okay. Well, he sounded a lot like Fuego Base. Like, he had like a similar, like,
almost a delivery.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So he is fucking nasty. Yeah. And then so it went him, it went Bass, King Streets, and E-Murder. And then there was every day the artist. So I did most of the East Coast days.
Word.
But every day there was different artists. So I built a little rapport with his road manager.
Word.
She was fucking dope as shit. And then that's probably one of the coolest things I've ever done. But then right after that, we found out my girl was gonna be pregnant again. So that's when I just stopped dropping. Like, you know what I mean? But I have so much music. This guy has so much music. I actually was gonna drop a video while we were doing this, but I didn't want to be on my phone too much.
Oh shit! Okay.
You know what I mean?
Be on your phone as much as you want.
Yeah, no. that gets real because like I get real.
Yeah.
I'll be on the phone the whole time. Like, I'll let him talk. Yeah.
Speaking of like older connections and shit, I watched your Off the Porch interview a couple days ago, and you were talking about how. So actually, let me preface the whole thing. I was gonna ask you guys. I had a question on here earlier where it was like, "What do you think's like an anthem for Fitchburg?" And I was gonna say it was the 978 anthem. I think it was called by Piff Boyz.
Oh shit!
And then you were talking about how I was gonna say it was either that or I was fucking up 95 or 97 Toyota Camry.
Yeah, 95.
By Nino and John Ogus. I was gonna say it was one of those two. And then I heard you on the Off the Porch saying how you were tied in. Your cousins were in Piff Boyz, and you guys knew Nino too.
So realistically, our uncle started the Piff Boyz.
Yeah.
Our uncle is Brad Piff.
Yeah.
That's
I know Brad Piff.
Yeah. That's my uncle.
Word. Yeah. He's down the street, bro. I spun the block on Brad Piff like maybe almost a year ago now. I saw him at the light over by the park.
Yeah.
The stop sign. I like bent the block. And I saw him park his car, and I was like, "Yo, you're fucking Brad Piff, right?" Because all my boys used to ball with DeAndre.
Oh, okay.
With DeAndre when I was a little kid. Okay. I'm from Lunenburg, so when he was at Lunenburg, he knew all my boys. And I was like, "Yo, like fucking, I know your son, yada yada. I know mad heads that you know." And he was like, "Oh, I know your shit, bro. You kid who runs the podcast, yada yada." And we were just chopping it up real quick. Brad Piff's like a legend to me and my boys. From like back in the day, we're going to basketball games. We were bumping Piff Boys.
No, that's dope. So so Brad Piff's are like that ass our uncle. If you're from here, it's kind of like it's kind of like an unspoken thing, especially our age group. Ditto is also our uncle.
Okay.
Nano, who did the video with Jordan Lucas, his older brother is damn near. They're all family, like we all just grew up tight knit circle. You know what I mean? Where all the older dudes fucked with each other, so it was like
same neighborhood.
You know what I mean? Like it was like kind of like built in for us to all fuck with each other. You know what I mean? And we grew up in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like our whole lives, people are like, oh, your uncle's this person, or my dad is slightly older than my uncles. So they're like, oh, you're little Josh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gotcha. So like, like if you don't know us from our age group, I know a lot of older people because of my uncles and my dad. Right. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So even when OT had a conversation with OT on Instagram one time, I had posted his stuff, and this is like before he realized who I was. And he's like, "Oh shit, yo, your uncle's John, your dad's Josh." Like, "Oh yeah, tell him I said." Like, he hit me up in my inbox. Like, "Oh, tell him I said what's up." You know what I mean? So it's dope because like that never stops.
Just happening. Always tied. Yeah, you're always tied in. It was like rapping and shit. Like what you always just aspired to get to.
So
all in front of you?
I wrote my first bars when I was like 7, 8 years old. Damn. With my uncle Brad Piff.
Saying, because you were also saying it was with your cousin too, right? And you?
Yeah.
That's wild.
This is my little cousin.
Because then you were saying, so this is who you were referencing as the best lyricist in the area. Then when you said that, because you said you were like my cousin. He'd been doing it for a while. He was the best lyricist I ever heard.
Oh, no. So our cousin passed away.
We have a cousin that before us, way before us.
Yep.
His name was Bro.
Okay.
I think he's one of the best rappers to ever come out of Fitchburg. Personally,
so
I may be biased.
Yeah. So he even was our cousin was he was one of the nicest, right? But when you're in the streets, you know how it is. Like he was just super hard headed, right?
Yeah.
So one of our OGs, Big Dog, he got him a opportunity to be on some label shit in Florida, and our cousin just didn't go. Like, there's probably way more to the story. Of course, we're younger, so we probably don't know. He probably had something going on. He probably had something to do, but like, But so our cousin passed away in like 2009. But prior to that, he was in. They had Land of the G, and it was like him and like 4 or 5 other dudes from our area, from the Green Street area.
Yeah.
And they were like a group, and they put out a CD. Shit went crazy. Then our cousin he dropped like maybe like 3 or 4. Everything was like CDs back then. He dropped like 3 or 4 CDs after that, and they're all considered legendary. So like even one of them, he did it before he got locked up. Then he got locked up, and DJ Double. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
No, see, I'm a little too young. You know what I mean? Because JC was on here too. I know you guys roll with JC. Too. JC was talking like name dropping these people, and I was like, "Fuck." Dude.
So DJ Double works for Jimmy 94.5 currently.
Okay, work.
And he does this thing on Sundays called the Launchpad, and that's like a big deal for the dudes in prison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, so my cousin was locked up. DJ Double, you know how like back in the day they'd have DJs on their CDs, like DJ Drama and stuff like that. So DJ Double.
Brad was saying, he was like, yo, if you ever want a DJ on a track or anything, he's like, no, send me your album.
Yeah, he tells me the same thing. He tells me the same thing.
I might need one.
Yeah, so like if they do that, and Dub did it for our cousin Bro. And that tape went fucking crazy. Even like if you see Els did, you know who Els is?
That sounds so familiar.
Els, so he's just a little older than myself, but he's also from this area, and he was dropping music. And on his SoundCloud, because he's related to our cousins from the other side of my cousin's family, and Els just fucking put like 4 or 5 tracks from my cousin's shit on SoundCloud, and I fucking downloaded them shits because I didn't even have them. So yeah, no, my cousin Bro was a crazy lyricist, and he like bend words, both. I'd say like he could have did some mainstream shit, but like also boom bap as well.
And he had like a southern twist. Like he's from out here, but he had like a southern, like he would
put that swag on his
He
word.
would use like he would say like our slang, but mix it with some like southern shit that we never heard before.
Damn.
He had that like southern twang to him.
And New
Like I don't
York
know how
too,
to
I'd say.
explain
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
New York. He would mix all them slangs together and make songs, and we'd hear shit that we never heard before. Like, yo, I never heard that.
Yeah.
I never heard a nigga talk like this or say
Yeah.
it like this or
Damn.
deliver it like this. But this was way before. Obviously now,
Yeah.
right?
And we were
It's
young.
different, but-
We were young as well. So like he was saying words like "done," and "done" is was very popular in New York back in like the '90s and early thousands. You know what I mean?
D-U-N?
Yeah, like what's poppin' done,
Okay.
and that's like
Yeah.
a form like my man, like you know what I mean, like that type of
Yeah.
shit. It was different.
Wow.
We were hearing
I
a
never-
bunch of
And his
words.
energy was different when he would like talk his. You know how like some rappers will talk shit before they start rapping.
Yeah.
His energy, the way
Like
he
once he
would
got in the
say
booth?
things. No, like the way
Oh.
he'd be like, "Oh, bring the drama to your motherfucking mama." But he'll start yelling it, and like the way he's saying it, like he'll
It was,
make you,
it was like damn near charismatic.
yeah,
Yeah,
super
you know what I mean?
charismatic. Like you could feel that shit. He
Yeah.
would make you feel it.
That's dope. That's the kind of shit I fuck with.
Yeah.
So that's when we were referencing when I was referencing my cousin, that I felt like it was him.
Yeah.
And even we were in the studio, so we referenced the show that I did a couple weeks ago,
Mhm.
and I was shooting that video.
Yeah.
The day before the show in the video, I recorded the song, and Els was in the studio, and I was telling my shorty that the best compliment that I've ever gotten, I got a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was Els saying, "Yo, that reminded me of bro," and that's my cousin, and I was like, man, that shit, that's motivation to keep going for me, because it's like you just made my whole year, so now I gotta live up to that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. My boy, we had like a same conversation we had, right? And we're like, what if you get on a show? Like, who would you say like your inspirations are, or whatever? And we all went around like saying like Future and yada yada yada. And it's like when we're like 16 years old, we start rapping.
Yeah.
He's like, I would say you guys. You guys kind of inspired me. And then like right then and there, I was like, because you also have those boys who are just filthy, and you also think that they're like, you put them on a pedestal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those people who quit rapping.
Yeah.
You were like, bro, they could have been disgusting. I know you guys know a handful of people.
I know
Yeah,
someone.
exactly.
I know
This is
someone.
the same kind of person who said that shit to us. He's like, I'd say you guys.
We're going to take a quick break for a word from our sponsor. Our sponsor today is Steady Galletti Precision Painting. Steady Galletti is a small family-owned painting company that can handle all your painting needs for both interior and exterior projects. No job too big or small, unless you're like a hospital or something. I don't know. They could try it, but it might be too big. Find them on Facebook under Steady Galletti Precision Painting. Quality painting by a quality guy. Call 978-790-2260 to book your free quote today.
Same thing. Like best compliments I ever get are from like that dude. You know what I mean? Somebody who like you inspire within your peer group.
And
Those are the best
it
kind of
means
compliments.
more than anything, right? It's
Yeah.
like type of compliment that'll keep you going, because at points, we're all humans, bro. It's human nature, at least at some points, to second guess yourself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I'm sure, like, especially taking time off of anything, bro. I second guess myself with the podcast all the time.
No, you're doing it, bro. I enjoy it. Even when you guys were doing the UFC reviews.
Yeah.
Like, no, I pay attention, and I think that
you always show love from the get go, bro.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
were always on it from.
You know
day
what it
one.
is because you guys are from here, right? And I cherish that. Like, I herald that.
Yeah.
I herald.
Vicky song?
I almost
Yeah.
did, dog. I'm known.
I herald
Everybody
that.
knows.
Like, I think that
He's
we should always
stashing
support
dicks.
our people that come from this area.
Yeah.
So when I seen you doing the pod, I was like, I have to get on there. 1, 2, I'm always gonna share this shit. Especially you do dope interviews. You have good people on, people that are still active, and then they are intriguing.
Yeah.
Like I seen you did AV and Molly,
Yeah.
and me and AV have developed some type of relationship. So
He's just a community leader, to
Yeah.
say the least,
No.
bro. He's just trying to lead the
the
pack
thing
in, like, a
about him
great
is he's
direction.
got a great heart.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's
It's
got a
just all
great heart.
genuine.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
so
He doesn't
real.
It's not
do
about what
it.
you could do for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
He
out
doesn't
the
do it
love.
for the look. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He does it
Yeah.
because it's from his
For,
heart.
like us, the work we put in, the city, like it's
Yeah.
like all love always. And you can tell it in his art too, how passionate he is,
Yeah.
like with his bars and the way he raps
That
and
was
the
fire,
words.
brother.
This is the homegrown.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were kind of questioning.
Yeah.
He was doubting.
That shit got me high.
Yeah.
Shit.
So AV, even I did a song with AV a couple years ago, but then he I know he put him, this is when he wasn't dropping on platforms.
Okay.
He was doing on Bandcamp and those type of things because he believes in physicals,
Yeah.
which is still beautiful
Yeah.
to see that,
But
because
that's another cool side of him too. Is like his respect for the art.
Yeah.
Like the rap itself,
No.
and like trying to stay true to like what it was.
and what it means to him.
yeah.
Because a lot of people it'll alter or falter as you go on. But for him, he's just the same, and he respects the craft more than I think anybody that I've ever met.
Yeah, I agree, 110%.
Yeah.
Him, and then it's a different kind of craft, but I had Merrick Henry.
Oh, Merrick.
Yeah.
I actually went to high school. Merrick graduated and everything.
Yeah. He said good things about you and JC.
Yeah, the good dude right there.
He's a great dude, and like same thing. Like his craft, it's a different craft.
Yeah.
But he's true to it.
Yes.
Stride after stride, he does not miss a fucking beat.
Nope.
I feel like that's all that matters. I feel like as long as
you have to respect that.
Yeah.
You have to.
It's just like we said earlier. Like before we got on, we were talking about like cutting the shit.
Yeah.
Like when you're just being genuine, like it's
don't
hard
have
to like exactly. It's hard to want to cut anything.
Yeah.
You're like everything was just me. Why would I take anything out? And that's the same thing with like Merrick and AVA, where it's like just me all the time.
Yep. And I've known Merrick since elementary school.
Yeah.
So
He's
always been unapologetically Merrick. And you gotta respect that.
Yeah.
Never changed, nothing. You know what I mean? Like he's always himself. Whatever himself is, you know what I mean? Like and you gotta get with it or get lost. But no, Merrick's one of the coolest, most down to earth people I've ever met.
After the podcast was done, bro, we just sit here and I talked Marvel with him for like an hour and a half, maybe
I believe
2
it.
hours almost.
I believe
he was
it.
like, my bad, I held you hostage. I was like, I thought I was fucking holding you hostage.
Yep.
You're the Marvel dude, bro.
Yeah, no, and even on his his Twitter for a while there, he was doing like fucking movie reviews and show reviews, and I was always tuned in. I'd be like one of the first people in the comments, like saying something. Even he's about to do that podcast with JC.
Yeah, him and JC. Fusion podcast.
Yeah,
After sitting down with him, bro, I was like, my bad. Halfway through, I was like, yo, this podcast is gonna be sick.
Yeah,
because he could talk the whole time.
It's like they're gonna talk about comic books, movies, pop culture.
Oh, I could see JC doing that.
It's all fan fusion.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's about being a fan of the things that you're a fan of, bro. You know what I mean? And
that's fire.
And Merrick is fucking Comic-Con and this.
Dude, he ran pretty much Fitchburg's Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Like he put that all together. There was at the Armory.
Yeah.
It's called. I think it was called the Fandom Fest, or excuse me, Merrick, if I fucked that up. But I think it was called the Fandom Con or Fandom Fest or something. It was at the Armory downtown.
Really?
Yeah, he did it at the end of last year, I believe.
He had like fucking panels and shit, yo. Yep. Like it was a real deal.
So,
I missed out on. I couldn't go, but it was like legit.
I would imagine they're doing it again this year. I'd imagine it's gonna be better because everything they do, especially with Coffee Corp, it just gets better and better.
Those guys are impressive, man.
Oh, they give artists their just due.
I think, well, not even just artists and such. I think that they are like a big part of the leading factor why Fitchburg's on the come up again. Yeah. Like why like stuff's coming back and Main Street's going back to what it was, and it's all art driven. Like I think that is truly because of people like Yo Daddy Doe and the rest of Coffee Corp, and then fucking Merrick and Aviate, like all these people, like you guys, JC too. JC, I didn't expect JC to be like so into the community as he was. Not that I expected him not to be. I was just like, damn, you're a community driven dude. What the fuck?
The thing about them, everybody that you just mentioned, is they are true to themselves and they're true to the craft.
Yeah.
Like, so they want to see other people who are true to the craft, like, just do their thing and get big again. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, for a while there, I don't know if you even know this, like, for a while, like in the 90s, they used to have shows at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so my uncle, he grew up, born and raised in Fitchburg. Oh, yeah. So he probably knows like a bunch of, like, he probably knows people like ran with your uncle and shit. Like, my uncle's tied in, and he would talk to me about like Nirvana, Wu-Tang. My dad talking about smoking weed with fucking Wu-Tang down at,
what's crazy? Is I know someone else who told me the same story that they used to hang out with Wu-Tang.
Oh, it's probably fucking what's his name? Who's the dude who used to sell mixtapes? Nah, dude used to sell mixtapes down over at Clegon. Fucking what was his name? You know what I'm talking? Yeah. And he always be like, I'm a Wu-Tang affiliate. My boy Al's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about, yo.
Yeah, I think he's my neighbor.
Really? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I forget his name. Fuck. We'd always see him. We'd go to like the mall. We see his ass. We'd be over here. Like my boys would be skating over here. We see his ass.
He was that dude.
Yeah. You on it.
No matter where he saw you, like, yo, I got this.
He's essentially like a Black Swan. You know that dude out in Boston? He'll just pull up on you and start rapping. You never seen that guy?
No.
He got crazy bars. He'll just come up on you and start spitting. He's like, all right, I got a family fee. Trying to Venmo me $5 for those bars and shit. Like he was like, He was like that dude. Yeah, he was that dude.
I was like,
No, I know exactly.
Yeah. I forget his fucking name. Al's gonna be my boy. Al knows exactly who the fuck we're talking about. He's gonna be pissed. He's gonna be like screaming at his phone or his TV when he's watching it.
No, that dude. But you gotta respect it, right?
No, absolutely.
Because that dude's fucking
Absolutely.
dedicated, bro. Like for real.
He was out there, bro. Rain, sleet, or snow.
Yeah.
I think my dad bought a CD off him one time.
I bought 2 CDs off of that.
For real?
Yeah.
I ain't never
He was
bought
his
a
name.
damn thing off of
Yeah.
him.
You going door to door.
Yeah.
He a solar salesman.
Damn, I feel bad for not buying it. Next time I see him, I'm gonna buy one of them.
That's when I was back when I was staying with my pops.
What was it like going to on the porch and fucking and
Dope experience.
you guys did one other. I
Tippy
watched
Toe-
another.
Tippy
Yeah.
Toe podcast
That was
in,
in like Broward, right, or some
yeah,
shit.
Broward
That's
County.
wild. What was it like going to Broward?
Oh, I forgot
remember-
about that
yeah,
shit. Bro, we done so much shit, bro. I be forgetting.
And I usually try to take him everywhere with me.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I was gonna text you like bring him, and if you didn't bring him, I was gonna tell you to bring him next time because
Yeah,
I saw him in the background of the
Yep.
interview. I was like, dude, you need to come.
Yeah, I bring him everywhere. So that was the dopest shit. It was, for me, I try to like do stuff, and I like to bring the young bulls so like they can also see, because like I've traveled and I've seen other places, and like, that should open your eyes to how big the world actually is. And a lot of kids or people in general just don't get to see those type of things. So
Yeah.
that can like just
You don't realize how many people don't get out of like Fitchburg or
Yeah.
like even haven't gone like bro. One time I went to go get on the T with my boy. I tapped my Charlie card and I went through and I was like, yo, just come through with me, like so we don't have to pay 2 of them. Just like
Yeah.
walk through at the same time.
Yeah.
I tap it and then he doesn't do it and the thing's closed. I'm like, the fuck you,
no idea what you're
the
saying.
fuck you doing, bro? Like,
No
I
way.
swear to God on my mom's. I looked at him. I was like, this is bush league shit. What are you, a rookie? Like, he's like, I was like, well, you never. I literally said, have you never been on a train before? He goes, nah. I was like, you've never been on a fucking train, bro?
I used to take the T back and forth from Boston.
I used to be like that though.
Yeah. Okay, that was another thing I wanted to ask you too, because I remember hearing that you grew up in Dorchester. Did you live there for like a long time before you grew up in
So I
Fitchburg?
lived out here, right, and then I did pretty much my whole life out here, and then I went to South Street Head Start, and right after, I'd say right in the middle of the year, I moved to Boston, Dorchester specifically, and I went to James Condon Elementary School from half of kindergarten till 2nd grade. Damn near the end of
word.
May 2nd grade.
Yeah.
And then I came out here and went to Crocker.
Okay.
I got in trouble out in Boston.
Damn.
So my mom sent me out here to live with my dad. Yeah,
Word.
I kicked some kid on the in the face on the bus type shit. So like they wanted to expel me from school and all that.
Damn.
And my mom was like, "Let's just make it easy. Go live with your dad."
Yeah.
So I came out here, and I've lived out here ever since. But so I've done the majority of my life in Fitchburg, but I did live in Dorchester for a small period of time.
Word.
Yeah.
You always live in Fitchburg?
My whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The only time I ever went somewhere was when it was with him. Or
Yeah,
now that
yeah.
I'm an adult, but now
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
in Fitchburg.
I've always-
Fitchburg, baby.
Yeah, me too. I've always just lived in there. I've
Yeah.
never Unenberg, let me say Fitchburg.
No, it's a big difference. It's a
Yeah.
culture shock both ways, because when you
Yeah.
go there, it's a culture shock, and then when you come back after living there for 2 years,
Yeah.
it's a culture shock, because it's
I'm
like,
sure.
oh, people aren't moving how people
Yeah.
in Dorchester.
Those are
move
some
out
pretty
here.
formative years too, like
Yeah.
kindergarten, 2nd grade. That's when you start to like kind of get a recognition of like life and
Yeah.
routine
Yeah,
and like what's
facts.
going on and
So
shit.
I would get in trouble in Boston. I'd get in trouble all the time because I was the lighter skinned kid that I spoke just like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said the same things they said. You know what I mean? I just grew up in that environment my whole life. Like I grew up around some of the realest that I've ever met. You know what I mean? And the way I talked is the way I watched. I've learned people talk when I was a kid. So it wasn't. They'll do like, because I was a lighter skinned kid, they thought it was like
White.
yeah, or like just an act. But like, bro, I'm Puerto Rican. I know sometimes I look pale as fuck, but yeah, they used to fuck with me in Dorchester. They used to fuck with me. So then I come out here, and then to make sure people didn't fuck with me, I was just always on my toes.
Yeah.
So and in the Dorchester, any slight word will get you into a fight.
Yeah. See, that's a
Difference.
That's the
Big
difference.
difference.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's a difference.
Any bigger city,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
That's exactly what I
Any
was
bigger
about to
city,
say.
you talk to somebody any type of way.
Just
you're-
crazy
y'all gonna fight.
motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah.
People are just fucking crazy sometimes.
Yeah, no, like even when I lived in Dorchester, the kid that I would have considered my best friend at the time, we used to fight once a week.
Damn.
Yeah, just because like
That's just
it was
natural.
Yeah.
natural.
It's also
That's
more
just what it is,
normalized.
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like out here it's like fucking taboo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like fucked up if you fought.
Yeah,
Especially like
so when
I went to
came Crocker-
Unenberg for
Yeah.
high school too. You fight at Unenberg, bro, you are
So you know
gonzo.
exactly.
They're
Yeah.
sending your ass to
GGs.
fucking Goodrich.
So out here,
Like
my first few
immediately.
years,
Yeah,
I was
facts.
getting started in 2nd grade out here, and then between 2nd grade and like 6th grade, I'd get written up. I almost got expelled in 6th grade out here. Luckily, I was just a decent student. I've never been like a dumbass or anything.
Yeah.
So it worked
I
out.
remember hearing, because you have a degree and everything, right?
Yeah,
You're like, school's never been like a problem.
No, I have a degree in communications.
Word.
Yeah.
You're journalism, right?
Yeah.
That's dope.
I'm a writer through and through. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I used to love to write. I even thought about doing like movie reviews and shit like that.
Fuck yeah, dude. Do something like that.
Yeah. So.
I love to write too. I write on the side. Like I write like movie shit. Me and my boys are into like scripts and stuff, so we write.
Our boy Nano. So Nano.
On top of being a rapper.
On top of being a rapper, on top of having songs, one of the biggest rapper from our area and one of the biggest artists ever.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's the anthem. Like that's like my favorite song from like a local artist. Honestly, that come out of Fitchburg. Yeah.
I'd agree. And
with the video too, and he's like down over by fucking Dairy Queen, I think, right? Is that where he was?
All of it. I don't even know where. I wasn't there for.
Oh damn! It is.
For the
I think you know what I'm talking about. It's like the facts.
It
was before like they redid the apartments and all that. I think that's what that was. I could be wrong, but
no, you could. I think you're right.
I think that's what that was.
I think you're right. I wouldn't recall because I didn't go for those days of the shoots. We just did our parts, me and Dukos' parts at the park and shit like that. So my part was they called me like last day, like, you want to do this? I was like, get to kill Dukos. I'm like, yeah, I'm on it. Yeah, let's do it. So my favorite part
that's so wild.
That's all we had to do with conviction.
So crazy.
So you know what I mean? Because me and Dukos are like our brothers, so we're very playful in that matter.
Yeah.
I killed you, bro.
It's crazy. You're in that. Yeah. That's insane, dude.
Yeah. And that's like a staple.
Yeah.
I was forgetting about that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That was like what do I? So I went to Leominster for most of my middle school, and then like halfway through high school or freshman year, I moved to Lunenburg.
Yeah.
And all my boys there, that was their shit. Brad, Piff, like all this shit was like every day. Like in the summertime playing ball, like bumping it, watching the videos.
Yeah,
and shit.
it's dope for me to hear. You know what I mean? Like
it was like,
and you know,
it's so crazy.
You know DeAndre too. Right?
Yeah. I don't know him very well, but like my mom was close with his mom.
Okay.
And like when we were babies, we used to chill. I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't fucking remember any of it. And then like I moved away before 2nd grade started. So he played ball with like all my boys and stuff.
Okay.
So like all my boys knew him. So like through mutually, I kind of knew him. And
it's just crazy how small the world really is.
It's really crazy,
like,
dude.
We're sitting on this couch right now, and like all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
wow.
The fact that you can even be like, oh yeah, well I think the Piff Boyz legend. Like
that
to me that's dope because like I grew up in that. You know what I mean? Like
that's family. That's crazy.
I was in that house. You know what I mean?
So what were we saying about Nano though? Sorry.
No, you're good. I said just basically Nano like being somebody who has music with, I'd argue, the biggest artist currently out of Massachusetts, and also has a song with Bad Bunny where it's like Bad Bunny's one of the biggest
song with Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And now he should.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah. We'll show you after. So he has a song with Bad Bunny, and he's like one of the most humble people you will ever meet in your life, and he sees the vision that I have. So like even like my next 3, I'm gonna drop 4 videos in the future, and 3 of them are shot by him.
Damn.
Yeah.
So he does all the camera too.
Yeah. The camera, everything. He's just getting better and better. So he's done my hair impression video. He did that.
I was gonna tell you that's my favorite song in video. Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. I think I get that more than anything.
Really?
Yeah, especially because a lot of my stuff before was like freestyles. So I think people really take to like some shit that you made, like so you know what I mean. So like, JC came to my house for that beat and to make the beat, and we did it together. I picked a couple sounds. Obviously, he's the fucking genius. Yeah. So yeah, we co-produced that, and Nano shot the video. And the video is fucking us going to Atlanta and doing Off the Porch and Tippy Toe podcast and just the road.
It's a dope crew to bring with you.
Oh yeah, we had a time out, and JC unfortunately, but when we had done everything, I did it so short notice. Yeah. That JC didn't get to come.
Okay.
Hove had just gotten out of prison, so he couldn't come because he was on probation, couldn't leave the state. Yeah. It was dope as shit though. Probably like one of the funnest experiences I've ever had besides the tour. The tour was something that it was dope, and it's an experience unlike anything else because you're rapping in front of new people every night. Yeah, and that's to me that was the scariest thing. I don't know, even I've done it, but I don't even think it'll ever get to the point where it's not going to be nerve-wracking for me. You know what I mean? So I don't drink anymore when I do it.
Yeah.
Makes it worse.
Because one time we did a show and I felt like I was too drunk. Nobody told me I was too drunk, but I felt like I was too drunk. We did a show at Trist, and yeah, I got hammered. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have did that, but we made good money that night. I'm happy that there's that's area is gonna open back up to artists, and we'll be able to do things like that because
to good people too.
Yeah, Coffee Court, man. I'm happy we'll be able to do things like that because we don't really have an outlet like that anymore.
Yeah.
And I used to do pretty good ticket wise, especially in Trist. So I need something like that just to, because that helps me, that motivates me as well. You know what I mean? I did a Spanish night for just him and Nano and like a bunch of Spanish artists. I think we did like 150 people on like a 3-week
notice.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good.
And then the week after that, we did like 100 people for Hove.
Shit.
Yeah. So Hove did like an album release party, and 100 people, easy. And those are just like short notice type things. So I'd love to see where if I had something planned for a little while, how that would go.
Yeah, definitely. Especially at Coffee Court too. That's gonna be the best place to do it. Fuck, what was the name of it? Canvas.
Is that what they call it?
That's the name of it. Yeah, that's what Merrick said.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Canvas.
Yeah, I hope he didn't drop that before they
leak it.
Yeah, I hope Merrick didn't leak it. I didn't leak it. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Don't blame me, yo.
You got a source. That's it.
Yeah. On God.
Journalism.
It was journalism. He said it himself. I didn't have to force the shit out of him. It's so crazy that you did shit with Fuego Base because one of my homeboys. Honestly, we don't even call him his real fucking name. We only call him Fuego because his rap name is Fuego Red, excuse me, because of Fuego Base.
Okay.
And he's talked to Fuego Base like a bunch, and I don't know what their like ties are really, but like then he was like Fuego Red, and he does. It's funny you were talking about the southern shit that bro was doing.
Yeah.
He's like spent some time down in the south, like lived down there with his family, and then he came back up, and he's got this like wild sound. I'll show you guys some of his shit, bro.
He's got a different take on it because he got that East Coast experience and that Southern experience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know Nas.
Okay, I was gonna say that's who Nas like. He put Fuego on kind of because he was like, this kid's fucking nasty, and started recording with him, and then he started coming around he was showing a couple of my boys before me, and then we all linked up.
There's a lot of dope artists in there.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
That's what I like about it. I feel like you don't see it much, but like you got a lot of artists who are dope and they care for the craft.
Yeah.
Some dudes just do it. I mean, there's always gonna be highs and lows to this shit, but when you the people who continue to do it through all that, I think that's the dopest shit to see because it just shows they truly care about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not about fucking being the most famous person in the world. It's
no,
you care about the shit. You know what I mean?
That's what I don't know. That's what's just cool about what they're doing in Fitchburg. It's like people I think that the goal is that they're gonna blow up and they're gonna pop off and then get the fuck out of here. And then it's cool that people are like maybe not blowing the fuck up, but like are becoming big in the area and then changing the area too. Not just like getting the fuck out. You know what I mean? That's what I always loved about DJ Lucas was like DJ Lucas he's big.
Yeah.
DJ Lucas could go out to California, probably sign to a label and like live like Hollywood rapper life.
Yeah, facts.
But he lives out in Western Massachusetts. He reps Western Massachusetts. He raps about Western Massachusetts. You know what I mean? Like he's just true to his craft and trying to put on for his area and all his boys too. Like when he pulled up to his show here at the River City Fest, he had like all his boys with him and all of them fucking rap or sing or like one of them was like doing guitar too. Like he brings everybody with him. They always with him.
Yeah, it's fire.
No. And like you said, DJ Lucas, you consider that big because like he's well known outside of the state and he's well known inside the state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's because he's just mad cool. Yo, motherfucker pulled up to Fitchburg, Massachusetts to headline a show and he was wearing an Old Mill t-shirt. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The Old Mill, with that buffet place, bro.
Way.
Swear to God, like he was wearing I have like pictures and he was rocking an Old Mill shirt. I was like, what kind of fucking like knowledge of the area that you're pulling up to? That's what I'm saying, yo. Like
that's
crazy, bro. Like my meme used to bring me there for like Easter brunch, yo, and DJ Lucas knows about it. Yeah, he's
that's one of the hardest avenues.
Yeah. Oh God. And then he has two of them. It's DJ, and then he has the "Let me talk my talk."
Yeah.
Like two of the hardest things you could say as like catchphrases.
Yeah, I think that is like so hard because to find something like that where you can be like, let's say like Young Dolph was that hard, hey.
Yeah,
When people have that one thing that they say and it just hits every time, I think that
the
shit
Lil
is so
Wayne
good.
later flick.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That wasn't even like a vocal thing. It was just like you knew something was coming.
It's so
Benny
rare.
the Butchers.
Yeah.
Come on,
Butcher
bro.
coming.
Yeah,
No,
it's
facts.
the best. It might be the best one in the game.
You feel you
I
have
can
one
agree
yet?
with you. No,
And then he when he falls.
No, I don't think I have one yet.
No,
I've worked on it every now and again.
I got one.
I
You
try.
got any in like the chamber that you've been thinking about?
For me, yeah and A, but
Yeah,
in different ways.
Yeah.
Just it's something that just gotta come out, bro.
Yeah, what's
you
yours?
can't force it. It's not gonna sound good out here, but I'll be like, whoa.
Okay.
I'll show you one day. After.
Bet.
I'll show you after.
That's not bad.
Yeah, Benny has the other one too. He's like, you know what I do with a fork?
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah, Benny's different. Benny's different.
Yeah.
I even in the new track, I have like a Benny bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll show you once we get off. Yeah.
Bet. Yeah. Well, we can. What are we at? We've been spitting for an hour.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we can spit forever.
Yeah. Word.
Well, we can wrap it up here. What do we got coming out in the future from you guys? I know you said you got 4 videos.
Yeah.
That you
So
plan on dropping.
I got a EP coming out with a producer from town.
Okay. Word.
I won't say too much on it because I'll wait for see what he says about it. You know what I mean? Because I know he's very meticulous and planned out. So I won't say too much on it. But I got a feature on it.
Okay.
It's a dope track. Nano did the video for me.
Word.
I got that. I'm gonna drop the freestyle that I just did just to get my feet wet. And then I got a video to a song that I dropped a few years back that I teased that I just never dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'll probably come out in the next week or so.
Word.
You got anything you want to plug?
What's it, Stash? You plugging?
To be honest, right now, I have nothing. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Listen, he's got.
Yeah, you know he's got the ball.
I'm fucking around.
He's got 10 times.
I'm fucking around. I got.
Picking.
Yeah, bro. Nah, so I could drop whenever. I just don't know what I want to do next with my endeavor. Like I don't, because I'm in the like. I make a lot of Spanish music, but I make a lot of English music at the same time, and I'm in the process of deciding, like, damn,
what route are you gonna go?
What route do I really want to take? Because I could do them both.
Are you gonna like focus on one heavily, or are you just saying for the next project?
For the next project.
Okay.
Like I just want to see which one I want. I want to get better at Spanish, but I want to keep doing English because that's what It's always my first language, obviously. But like, I just feel like it's weird because I feel like I sound better when I do the Spanish music, but I feel like I rap better when I'm
doing English.
Yeah, doing English. Yeah. It's weird.
Which one makes you feel better when you're doing it? Pause.
That is a good question, though.
Which one makes me feel better? Spanish music.
Yeah. Just
because I feel like it's easier to flow. I could get the people going. I know how to switch up when the beat changes. Like everything just comes natural. And I grew up. I'm gonna be real. I grew up with so all my dad's side of the family, they're all super straight from the island, really Puerto Rican, only speak Spanish. So I grew up on all Spanish music for the most part. Even like when I was a kid, I'd be in the car with my dad, he'd be playing fucking Arcangel and fucking I don't know, Don Omar and shit, and that's the shit that I grew up on. I'd be playing. My grandma would wake me up, or she'd be playing bachata. So I grew up on a lot of Spanish shit. Right. But then I moved to I went through some shit and moved away, and I started rapping. But I rapped in English. But I always wanted to do Spanish. I just never knew like, damn, should I do this for real, or do I feel comfortable enough to even do this? Until I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just try this shit.
Word.
Nano really motivated me in that aspect because before I was strictly like, nah, I'm gonna spit bars, this, that, and the third. I don't give a fuck. But then I changed up and I'm like, nah, you can experiment and see where you're gonna go with things, and sometimes it'll work out for you. You know?
If you don't, you might just be stuck on the same shit that don't work.
Bro, he's got. I'd say he has 100 songs finished or not, probably more. And then he has like probably 30, 40, maybe even more than that songs he could drop today if he wanted to.
Damn.
I'm gonna be real.
It's just nobody. He's more picky when it comes to his music than I am, because for his music I'm just a listener and I go through experience with him as he's saying it, and he doesn't always like. He does what I do when I write my bars. Like I don't know.
Yeah, second guess a little bit. Yeah,
I second guess a lot.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's the reason why I don't drop. I'm gonna be real, because it's like sometimes I'll listen to a song, I'll like it, and then I'm like, nah, I could do better, and then I'll make another one. I have like over like no bullshit like 150 songs that I could drop right now, ready. Like if I really wanted to.
You just don't know which
I
direction
just
you
don't
really
know
wanna
what
go
I
with
want to
it.
do, bro.
Yeah.
I record more than I drop.
That's good though. That's a
Yeah.
good problem to have,
Yeah,
honestly.
great problem.
Yeah. So, but the reason why I said nothing though is because I'm more focused on dropping whole shit. Because my boy, he's locked up right now, so I'm trying to get him out there, and we've been working on a lot of shit on the low. He's very picky and quiet and very
Meticulous.
he's meticulous. He's very meticulous. Like this got to be like this. I don't want it like this, that, and the third. Yo, I got to do it on this day. Like he's very
And me, I'm like, yo, we can drop this shit
Right now.
And
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah,
nah,
right now.
I need this to be done. And then
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. So I'm really
I'm on
focused
that. It's like
yeah.
I have it. Let's get it out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Fuck it.
And for the most part, I'd be like that with their music. When it comes
Yeah.
to mine, I'm like, I don't know.
That's
I
it.
don't know.
So right, yeah.
But
I just do a poor job of promoting anything. I'll just like I got the podcast. I'm putting it out there. I'll post a story when it's out there. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I think that for me that's tough too. And I think I got to get more into like that like the creating content.
yeah, the Merrick Henry side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way
he dropped the clip for running like
Yeah.
10, 15 times.
Yeah,
but I like it every time.
Yeah, but it was different every time
Yeah.
too. It wasn't like the same thing over and over again. That's why I was like, he was like, I was shoving it down your throat, pause, and I was like, nah, because like it was different every time. If you just posted the same like
Then
thing
it's
every time,
repetitive, but
5
it's not.
times, but you posted like 6 different
Versions.
videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
6. It was crazy. I was like, it's
No,
impressive
dope.
to go through all that just to market the song that comes out.
And that's where the media space that we live in. Of course, we do what we do. We love what we do, but we just got to get into that as well because it'll help our craft as well.
Yeah. Compare like consistency always. Consistency maybe over quality sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just you got to get it out there. You got to make a name for yourself.
I think that's where maybe sometimes people fall short.
Yeah,
myself included. But 2025, everybody.
Well,
let's
you
get
know,
on it.
sometimes we're in Fitchburg. You got to work with what you got. Sometimes we don't have like professional cameras and yada yada yada. We got this
and we don't
camera. You got to make it work.
Mic
Future style. You got to make it work.
You know what's crazy is we all have the same iPhone. And
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and there's so much we can do off the iPhone.
Cole Bennett style, bro. He proved it.
You know what I mean?
Shooting Baby Tron videos all on an iPhone.
Yeah, amazing.
Plug in you guys' social medias and stuff. What's your hats and everything?
So mine's is Dinero DL _.
Sorry guys, I just recently changed my name from me.
Fuck, I forgot to touch on that too. I apologize.
No, you're good. I just changed my name from me978 to Fewch. So you can find me FEWCH _. Fewch. You know what I mean? I know I have a lot of people asking me, how do you pronounce it because of how it's spelled. But realistically, it's because my name was Future. Like my Uncle Brad Piff gave me the nickname Future.
Okay.
So most people who are older than me or around my age, they know me as that. And as people still call me Future every now and again. So it was just a natural change. Yeah. I never got used to hearing me or me978.
Yeah. What was the me978 stand for? Did it stand for anything?
Me was just something that I just learned and told myself early. Is like, you're not gonna only be myself.
Yeah.
All I ever want to be is myself. So that's where me came from. Yeah. Had a bunch of different variations of it. I used to mess around with my boys. I used to play music. Like, it's your boy DJ Me. And that was way before I did any like rapping. I've always rapped, but before I put myself out there as a rapper, you know what I mean? But Future was just way easier because it's already something people call me. Can't be Future, of course. So I just went with Future.
I like it. Yeah. It sounds good.
It sounds better.
It sounds. I wouldn't. Yeah. Yeah. It's more original. I feel like it's more like brand. It's more genuine. Yeah. It's more you.
Yeah. No, I agree. So, Fewch on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all that.
Yes, sir.
Well,
all that. Well, all that on the PTP podcast. We this is gonna be PTP number 97. We're up there. Go check these guys out, and you're going to see a lot of stuff from them coming out, and catch them most likely at Coffee Core Canvas as well. You're going to be putting on shows for sure. Leave you how I always leave you. Peace and believe in yourselves. I'll catch you fools later.